Assalamualaikum. I hope everyone is doing great. So we're back with another episode of Seek, and it's an initiative of Evolve Consultants Private Limited. So as you guys know कि हम previously भी ऐसे topics पे बात करते रहे हैं जिससे आप लोग relate कर सकें, जिस पे बात करने की ज़रूरत है. So I know most of the you watching belong to a younger age group, and we are right now being faced by a thing which is new to all of us. That's online education. So online education was a thing which was introduced to us, I'd say back in 2019 properly, that was being executed but not here in Pakistan. And it's been a hell of a ride of most of us. I personally am a student of LSE right now, and I manage it all with all the other things as well. So it's been a journey, and I wanted to share it with you guys, and I wanted to have a different perspective on that. Okay, we see, I'm sorry I used the word, we see the students ranting all the time that it's something tough, it's something you can't sit in front of the laptop all the time, you can't take all those classes, and it's new something for us. But I also realized that since हमारे लिए भी ये चीज़ new है, लेकिन we should also understand कि teachers और management के लिए भी ये एक नई चीज़ है. So I wanted to have a perspective on that, and who could be better than that for that teacher who has taught me as well. So I have a wonderful teacher, instructor of mine with me, Miss Aisha Nazar, and she has been an instructor at LSE from some time now. She has also poured her expertise in journalism in major organizations like Asma Jahangir and others as well. So Miss Aisha has been a wonderful teacher, I'd say. And I wanted to have her perspective on the topic. So first of all, how are you, ma'am?
I am very well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for taking out time, because I know how this has been, and I think you're teaching summer as well.
I am, yes. I'm looking forward to that.
Really?
Yes.
Are you actually that excited about online?
There's drawbacks and there's pros there, but I'm always excited to talk to young people. And I go stir crazy when I'm sitting at home. So it's nice to have that, little bit of a space where I can just talk to people. And it's just me usually talking for 2 hours.
Yes, exactly.
It's a nice way of getting a lot of that burden out and the stress out of the rest of the day. So I am excited, yes.
Great. So, ma'am, I'd like you to introduce yourself a bit to the people so that they can know that what courses do you majorly teach and how long it has been and how it has been for you.
So my name is Aisha Nazar, and I am a graduate of LSE myself. I did my master's from the University of St. Andrews, United Kingdom, and I have been teaching at LSE since 2019, the very end of 2019. I major in English literature and language, so I teach all kinds of courses, language courses related to that, from communication skills to language, culture and society. I teach creative writing, I teach all kinds of language courses really. I've also previously worked for human rights organizations and worked as a journalist. So I've got my exposure with in all kinds of fields. I've experienced all things, but to me, teaching and lecturing is frankly the most rewarding of experiences.
Wonderful. So coming to a topic, ma'am, it's the online education. So how has the experience been for you? If you ask, I asked you thoroughly. You said that you started in 2019 with LSE, so it was the time when we were really new to this thing, and
yes.
We were also, I remember I was starting off my university, and I was like, okay, this is not how I expected my first class to be. But I remember I got up and I sat in front of a laptop in my night suit, and I was like, okay, good. So how has the experience been for you so far?
It's definitely been a learning experience, and for a variety of reasons. जब online शुरू हुआ था, तो I was actually in mid-semester. It was my first semester teaching at LSE, and it was mid-week, midterms हो रहे थे.
Oh my God.
And I was teaching 4 sections. तो 2 के हमने on campus कर लिए, and suddenly the government announced that we're going under strict lockdown and campuses have to be closed. So then there was a massive break बीच में. And those 2 exams that were just left. एक महीने के बीच में break आई, and then we eventually received a call from the university, and they said we're going to have to continue things online as per the government's guidelines. Then we suddenly shifted to the online system, which was uncharted territory for all of us. For students as well as instructors, and then we had to conduct those exams online as well. So it was very challenging in the beginning. But as is the case with everything, with anything that's new, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes patience and a lot of tolerance, and you do get used to it. So for me, it's been a challenging experience, but a fantastic learning experience as well.
Yeah.
It comes with its frustrations. गुस्सा बहुत आता है. ऐसी बात नहीं कि it's all hunky dory and everything is just it's fun. It's not. There are frustrations. There are difficulties, especially living in Pakistan, जहाँ पे internet is, you know, you cannot rely on it. You've got to invest in all those different devices, and you really have to make sure you've got the backup. But all things aside, I think it has opened a lot of new doors.
New doors, definitely. I'll say that. Because I think most of the students now are exploring themselves. This is a very sad thing in Pakistan. We don't see it very often. कि हम अगर बाहर का exposure देखें, बाहर once they're 18, they're independent. They have to work for themselves. They do all kind of odd jobs. They don't see any odd thing in that. So, but here in Pakistan, if you're doing university, I see students studying and they're like, if they're doing a great thing and they can't do anything else.
Yes.
So I see so many students exploring their other side at the pace of their own home and their own studies. So I ask you that कि हम लोग we come from two different perspectives और हमने shortcomings देखी हुई हैं कि first of all there's this internet issue, but then the internet issue comes and the teacher is blaming you for that and you're like, I can't really help it. So what do you think are the major shortcomings that currently the online education system in Pakistan is facing?
Where do I begin? Where do I begin? There's so many. आपने बात की, शुरू की आपने from this. That, you know, there are some students I know like yourself who are juggling two things. Work and education, which is very rare in Pakistan, by the way. You're absolutely right. I've studied abroad. As a student abroad, I used to have 2 part-time jobs because I knew मैंने अपना खर्चा, अपना day-to-day अपने expenses मैंने खुद उठाने. I'm an adult. I don't want to be a burden on my parents. So I had 2 part-time jobs, and I was working them while I was doing a master's, while I was looking at all, and that's a higher level education. यहाँ पे the first thing I would like to say about that is I think unfortunately Pakistan में part-time job culture अभी है ही नहीं. It's not something, it's either frowned upon. ठीक है, part-time jobs बाहर क्या होती हैं? You can work at a restaurant or at a fast food joint. You can work, in these small organizations as a helper or whatever. But these things, unfortunately, in Pakistan are frowned upon.
Exactly.
And so students really don't get the opportunities to do that. And I also feel that students aren't really interested in that.
I'd like to mention that.
Yes, and that's something. There are students, mind you, there are students I must say जो अपनी family के business में help कर रहे होते हैं while they are taking classes. Others like yourself who have a job while they are taking classes. That is something जो आपको शायद अभी नहीं मालूम हो, लेकिन in the long run it is going to help you tremendously.
Exactly.
But बहुत सारे ऐसे students होते हैं, like you said, university जाते हैं, they think they're, that's it, वो अपनी duty as a citizen, as a community member वो पूरी कर रहे हैं. But unfortunately बाहर का आपने बात की, तो I would also say कि बाहर it's not necessary for you to go to university. You make a conscious decision. Do you want to go to college or not? You can, if you feel like you're cut out for it, you want to study, you can go. Whereas other students will go for an apprenticeship, which ऐसा कर लेंगे, and then they'll start working on a job, or they'll start their own businesses. Pakistan में, to get a good job, you need to have at least an undergraduate education. That's the trend.
And plus, even in that undergraduate education, we have that top-notch university complex still exists, which is a big problem.
Yes, absolutely. And let me be very honest. I know undergrads को होता है कि हम कहाँ से FSC कर रहे हैं या A levels कहाँ से कर रहे हैं, but in the long run, no one's going to ask you these things.
Exactly. Yeah.
When you go for a university, आप masters के लिए या PhDs के लिए या jobs के लिए भी जाएंगे, no one is going to ask you आपने कहाँ से FSC और A levels किया है या O levels कहाँ से किया है. No one cares.
Exactly.
All they care about is your confidence, how well you appear. Appearances do matter.
Exactly.
And how you can conduct yourself around people. आप में बात करने का, आपका उठना बैठना, आपका सलीका, these are things that are really going to help you. Your grooming essentially is what helps you in the future, not the amount of A's you get. While they're important, don't get me wrong, if you're a student who's sailing through with straight D's and F's.
Aisha just focuses on A's and okay, I can get a C. Now can I get a C in academic writing?
I'm sure you will get better than that. I'm in the process of marking your exams.
Yes.
Yeah, and there are other things as well. Like I said, वहाँ पे when you go to university, it's your choice to go. यहाँ पे you're kind of being तो familial pressures भी होते हैं, societal pressures भी होते हैं कि you're being asked कि इसी यूनिवर्सिटी में जाना है, यही डिग्री पढ़नी है, यही करना है. आपका अपना चाहे उसमें कोई इंटरेस्ट ना हो, and that's, to be honest, it's not helpful. Because you're not likely to do well in a degree that you're not interested in, or at a university that you never wanted to go to. And I think that happens with both young boys and young girls. With girls, उनको pressure किया जाता है कि नहीं आपने या तो डॉक्टर नहीं बनना है या आपने बस एक strict line
डॉक्टर इंजीनियर कॉम्प्लेक्स
डॉक्टर इंजीनियर कॉम्प्लेक्स जाना है तो लंग्स ही जाना है, LSE ही जाना है, इधर नहीं उधर जाना है. It's too much.
Too much, exactly. So I like to put two perspectives. It's like being a student. I will say I have seen other students. अगर मैं teachers की बात करूँ कि teachers, what the teachers are going through in the online process. So I have seen students dealing with teachers, unfortunately, the way as if this is something which they have to do. This is something which they owe you. And if a teacher like you, and you're sitting 2 hours, is taking out time, and you told me you were taking classes, you were in UK, you were taking classes at 3 a.m. I can't even imagine because then 8 a.m. kills me. So what happens is they just turn on the class, they switch it, they don't interact. This is the thing because they think something that this is something which is not going to help. However, I personally think that it's for a fact that your concentration level is, according to research, 20 minutes and not longer than that.
Yes.
But okay, you can stretch it to 30 minutes, but they don't even try that. So what's your opinion on this?
Acha, in my experience, yes, you're absolutely right. There's expectations that teachers owe us this.
Yes.
Instructors owe us this. This is their responsibility. To an extent, there are certain responsibilities that instructors have. स्पेशली यूनिवर्सिटी एजुकेशन की अगर मैं बात करूँ, इंस्ट्रक्टर्स का काम है वो आपकी 2-2.5 घंटे की क्लास लेना, मार्किंग करना, आपको फीडबैक देना, and that is it. That's as far as their duties go. They don't owe you anything extra, but a lot of our instructors do give you that extra time. They'll sit with you, they'll discuss things with you. Sometimes even things you're stressed about or you want some counseling, they're happy to do that. Yeah. But you also have to understand, and I really think that students don't understand this, कि हम दिन में सिर्फ वो एक क्लास नहीं ले रहे होते हैं. And there have been times when I had 3 consecutive classes, which is approximately 6 hours of just me talking, without students really making any efforts or really engaging with me. And so we've had to be a little strict कि हम आपको class participation marks 20% रखते हैं आपके grades के, because it doesn't make a difference. Even if you're on campus, we expect that you will engage with us. Students don't engage for a variety of reasons. एक तो उनका ये होता है कि it's online, she's not going to find out, or they're not going to find out. No, we're asleep, या हम ये कर रहे हैं. But the thing is, we're products of the same society. I am, so I know what the little tricks and the little things that you do. कि मुझे पता चल जाता है कौन मेरी बात सुन रहा है, जब आपकी आंखें glaze over करती हैं, जब चश्मों के अंदर मुझे नजर आ रहा होता है कि ब्राउजर पे कुछ और खोला हुआ है, they're playing games, or they're doing whatever. I can tell. ये चीजें हैं. But it's a two-way street. ताली दोनों हाथों से बचती है. Whereas yes, as a student, your grade is your responsibility. Yeah. You have to put in the work. You can't just get a straight A or a B for nothing. You have to earn that grade. And for the instructors, of course, they also have certain responsibilities. You have to at least try to engage with your students. I know that a lot of students जो मेरी class में आते हैं, they're not interested in arts or liberal arts. They're not interested in language. So it's my responsibility as an instructor to try to engage them a little. या उनके अंदर मैं popular culture से या popular music से मैं कोई examples उनको दूंगी जिसके साथ वो relate कर सकते हैं. They'll engage with me and they'll say, oh, this is not that boring. This isn't that bad. एक तो आर्ट्स की पर्सपेक्टिव भी बन चुकी है हमारे यहाँ कि ये पढ़ के क्या फायदा है, ये I mean the essence of a society. the way you conduct yourself, your critical thinking is all art. It comes from art. It doesn't come from, strictly speaking, aapki jo textbooks on economics or engineering, they have their own purposes.
Exactly.
Very, very strong
Because
purposes.
the kind of courses that you've taught me two courses in the first year, and I'd say that the other were, since it's the first year, it's all the introductory courses, and I was like, everyone is concerned about कि अच्छा मेरा major क्या होगा तो मुझे वो फायदा आएगा. So I used to be very excited for this one class. It's not just because you're sitting here and I'm saying it, but I'm kind of inside. I'm a person who's more into the arts and stuff.
Yeah.
So everyone was like, these two courses are just arts and you are already good at this. Why are you learning this? I'm like, I'm already good at this. Okay, I can be. But this is something which I know, being in a corporate culture, being working, I know that this is something which is actually going to help me along the way.
Absolutely.
These are the two things which are actually going to help me along, and this is a thing which not most of the students understand.
No, they don't. And I don't blame them sometimes because, from our family, then through society, एक perception हमारे अंदर डाल दी जाती है कि, you're going to make a lot of bank if you're a doctor, if you're an economics major, whereas हम ये चीज़ नहीं बताते कि business majors के लिए market बहुत saturated है. And for the same position, there might be 100 or 200 candidates competing. Whereas you are in the corporate sector now, you should know more than anyone that creativity and arts are two things that that cannot be substituted.
Exactly. There's always room for that.
There's always room for that because now corporations, what they want individuals who can think outside of the box.
Exactly.
They can come up with new things, new marketing strategies, new advertisement ideas. They don't want the same textbook वाले बच्चे जो सिर्फ वहाँ से ही रट्टा मार के आ जाते हैं. That's not going to work. So part of what I try to do with my students is I try to teach them think outside of the box. Yes, your textbooks are important. Learning theory is important. Learning how to write and knowing certain concepts is very important. But their application through a creative way is just as important, if not more so. So these things I definitely try to focus on. जिस तरह के courses मैं पढ़ाती हूँ. And then इनके aptitude, whether you go for engineering, whether you want to become a fitness trainer, whether you want to you want to start your own bakery, whether you want to appear for the competitive CSS exam, whatever it is, you need critical thinking skills. You can't get away from that. हर जगह आपको चाहे आप advertisement कर रहे हो, चाहे आप अपना social media run कर रहे हो, whatever it is, you need critical thinking. You need at least a certain basic level of artistic skills.
And plus, if it is what it is, if this is how it's going to be, why just wait for this कि अच्छा campus पे classes खुलेंगी, campus पे पढ़ना शुरू करेंगे, अब एक साल क्या करें फिर? What's the plan? So this was the student's perspective. Now I like to come to the other end.
Yes.
I will say that. I will, no offense.
No, none taken.
No offense, but a lot of students thought that you were a strict teacher.
I am a strict teacher.
You are one of the most strict instructors that I had.
I am. And I say that in the first class. मैं first class में ही अपने students को बताती हूँ. Listen, I'm going to give you the grade that you earned in my class. Don't expect कि मैं extra कोई grade दूँगी because you get what you earn, and in doing so, I try to teach my students a very important life lesson. And I tell you this कि अभी भी students आते हैं जब उन्होंने paper सारा plagiarize किया होता है, cheat किया होता है, and then they come to me and they say, Miss, please हमें grade दे दें, हमें pass कर दें. But you have to understand that that is academic malpractice. उस वक्त मैं शायद बहुत strict लग रही होती हूँ students को, but they really don't understand that I am trying my hardest.
You're just being honest to your job.
It's not even about my job. It's really to get you out of that weird mindset कि अगर हम ऐसे आके कर लें, हम अपनी personal problems आके इतनी सारी बताएं तो हमें grade मिल जाएगा. Some of you will be working for, inshallah, for some of the top-notch corporations in Pakistan. Some of you might go abroad for your masters. वहाँ तो ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. You get what you get. You can't go to your instructor and beg कि मुझे ऐसे हो गया, वैसे हो गया. So I like to, from the get-go, मैं अपने students को कहती हूँ, come on time in my class. You might think that's so unnecessary. Why is she asking this? When you will apply for jobs, ठीक है, I want कि वो इतनी आपके अंदर आदत बन जाए टाइम पे आने की, because punctuality really matters. In being punctual, आप सिर्फ अपने टाइम की रिस्पेक्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं, आप सामने वाले की टाइम की भी रिस्पेक्ट कर रहे हैं. you're showing those people that I respect your time, I respect your schedule, I'm going to be on the time that I promised I'll be there. Okay, I'll be there. So to me, coming on time is a very necessary life skill that I'm trying to teach my students. Here I'm strict. Students think I'm strict because मैं plagiarism को बर्दाश्त नहीं करती.
That's something which I am also against. Like this
Yes.
shouldn't be. You're learning academic writing and you're copying it as it. So what's the point of it?
It's I feel bad because then I feel कि मैंने शायद did I not teach you something well कि if you have to अगर मैं basic ऐसे दे रही हूँ, let's say write on the advantages and disadvantages of reality TVs, reality TV shows, ठीक है? उसके ऊपर भी if it's such a basic, it's a very basic, it's not, I wouldn't call this a university level essay, लेकिन अगर उसके ऊपर भी कोई मुझे बिल्कुल इंटरनेट विकिपीडिया से उठा के चीजें लाके दे रहे हैं, then you have to understand at a university level that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
And a lot of students come to me and say, Miss, starting में बहुत strict लगती थी, but by the end of the semester they realize they are on very good terms with me. डांट भी खा लेते हैं, but my डांट only lasts for a minute, and then they're back on track. But my entire life, the reason I wanted to become an instructor was because I was blessed with some of the best instructors in my life, from my OA levels to my undergraduate to my masters. My instructors changed my life. LSE mein, when I was a student, I had some very strict instructors, but looking back now, and now I work with them. I am so grateful for that because they taught me those life skills कि बेटा देखो बैठना ऐसे होता है, जब आप किसी से बात करते हो तो बात ऐसे करनी है, कभी भी मैल प्रैक्टिस, क्योंकि अभी शायद आपको वो चीज़ नहीं पता, लेकिन जब आगे जाके एट अ जॉब लेवल या एट अ पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट लेवल अगर आपकी चीटिंग पकड़ी जाती है, आपके forever academic record के ऊपर एक ब्लैक मार्क लग जाता है. कोई यूनिवर्सिटी आपको एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेगी, कोई एकेडमिक सर्कल आपको एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेगा. You'll be blacklisted. My job is, I'm not enjoying being strict. My job is to literally teach you these things from the get go. और अगर मैं get go से नहीं करूँगी, तो वो आगे जाके चीजें build up होती जाएंगी. And despite the strictness, अभी भी students इतनी excuses मेरे पास लेके आते हैं. When they don't realize. Frankly, they don't realize that I might have similar issues in my life.
Exactly.
Yeah, I might have a ton of, a ton of excuses. That I don't want to come to class today. I'm a human being. There are times when I don't want to lecture, when I am very tired, I'm bored after teaching 3 classes in a day. I'm struggling, but I have a responsibility. I have a duty, and I can't leave my students hanging there.
Exactly.
So that seems quite rigid अभी, लेकिन वो आगे जाके students से मैं जो अब मेरे phone पे वो आ जाते हैं, and then they always come to me and they're always writing to me and they say, Miss, I still remember our classes, and I'm grateful for that. Students who are able to use a little bit of
it
that.
must be very rewarding. So on that note, I like to say that I will share a personal experience of mine. I'd not like to name the teacher, but this actually happened with me. I'm saying this on the point. This is also that the students are not responsive, but there are actually some teachers who do not empathize with you, who do not do it like okay, they are going all through a time. I had a course and I was just this included lots of softwares. So my softwares were fine. They were just not working. Everything was fine, but they were not just working. And it was at 8 a.m. So I woke up at 8 a.m. and I'm just trying to tell the instructor कि मुझसे नहीं हो रहा, help me out. I'm sharing my screen to see it. And she's just seeing it and she's saying, I can't do anything, just go to the technical department. I can't do anything, just go to... I'm back from the technical department. Just help me out. And this so happened that the teacher at the end of the class, there was the class time went up and she asked me to stay back, and then she just left me in the class and it was just me. So that really just made me think that there's some teachers out there who don't empathize with you. So what do you like to say on that?
I really find that heartbreaking, to be honest, because frustrations aside, it's been difficult on students. I have the utmost sympathy for my students because I see a lot of them struggling. Yes, कुछ तो होते हैं जो campus पे शुरू भी हो जाएगी पढ़ाई, they are not going to come and they are not going to bother. But there are students who are struggling, and there are a million things in their life that is happening. Technical issues aside, वो तो चले किसी के साथ भी हो सकते हैं. But other things, if your parents are unwell, if you are unwell, and sometimes I feel कि there is lack of empathy from the instructor side. And of course, we've all had experiences with instructors. Even in my life, we've had experiences with instructors who are either extremely unfair or just lack empathy. And for that, I think it's so important to have seminars, which LSE has done in the beginning. They've had seminars. They've been very vocal about these issues. Look, students can have these problems, and it is our job to accommodate those students to the best of our abilities.
Exactly.
जितना हम कर सकते हैं. I have a student in multiple sections. इस दफा final exams जब आप लोगों के हुए, some of those students were unable to, for whatever technical reasons, technical errors की वजह से, they were unable to upload their exam on time.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
The worst thing to do is to cancel them and be angry with them. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
It happens. It's okay. And teaching some students, instructors को पता चल जाता है कौन सा बहुत hard working student है, कौन सा इतना hard working नहीं है. These are little compromises that we can make. And I really, really do encourage instructors and students both to empathize with the other, because you don't realize कि दूसरे की struggles उस वक्त क्या है, and no one's going to cheat in the span of 20 minutes. जिसने करना हो तो पकड़ा जाता है. I mean, we've got the tools as instructors, but for the most part, students have been going through a lot. It's not easy sitting in the same spot for 2 or 4 hours and listening to someone. It's difficult, especially if you have your own issues in the family. घर के issues हैं, light चली गई, internet नहीं आ रहा. You might be upset about something else and you're just unable to concentrate. We need, for this to work, we need to give our students some space. And the one thing I really want to highlight is we need to provide certain seminars for their mental health.
Exactly.
It is so important for both instructors and for students, but especially for students. I see my students struggle and they don't understand what is happening, but I can tell that they are stressed, they are overworked, they are unable to function right now. We as instructors, as university, as management, we need to provide our students with those, with mental health education, with enough resources for them to be able to. And this is something that I try to do in my classes. और अगर मैं क्लास के अंदर नहीं कर पाती तो I always encourage my students कि please practice certain deep breathing exercises. COVID time, despite all the bad things, has been a fantastic opportunity for students to develop new skills, get into gardening, go into fitness, start a new art project, learn a new language, learn an instrument. Do something productive with your time that's going to really de-stress you. Because what we do is class leave and then we're back on scrolling on our phones. And so much hours होते हैं, which is true. And we're all guilty of that, including myself. We get into this vicious cycle जहाँ पे social media, that's the only outlet, which we don't realize कितना detrimental है to our physical as well as our mental health.
Coming to the concluding part, has been a very fun and very heart-to-heart conversation because this is something which we both can relate to. So I'd like you to suggest, what do you think that in such circumstances, because I think this is here to stay. I personally have an opinion, I think so, that this online education will stay even if the pandemic is gone, because now we know that this is an option and this can be implemented, and this should be implemented for the students who want to opt for it. So what do you suggest to the three parties, that is the students, the instructors and the management, so that we can make this thing work in a better way?
Right. So the first I would recommend to the students, we have to really applaud our students despite all the bads, and it's really important to reinforce good behavior. Students have done really well, and I'm so impressed with our young people that despite the temptation, kisko nahi hoti, when the phone is right there, you don't want to listen to what the lecturer is saying, you want to pick it up. Some students might do that, others might still resist, and I really appreciate that. There are students जिनको exam में cheating की temptation होती है, but they don't do that. Despite all the struggles that they have put up with, they have done such a fantastic job, and we really need to appreciate and applaud these students because this was not easy by any means. So if you're a student and if you're struggling as an instructor, let me tell you that you are fantastic for doing this, for being able to put up with it, for being so resilient, and being so determined. Okay? Even if you're crawling at the to the finish line, you're still doing it. And that's something that I continuously want to applaud my students for. Okay? Whether you are an FSC, matric, A levels, O levels, yeah, university, yeah, postgrad, whatever it is you're doing, you have done a brilliant job, and you really need to give yourself a pat on the back. And if enough instructors aren't telling you that this is coming from me, you've done a good job. As for advice, students, I would say, you're adults. When you're in university, you're what, 18, 19, so you're adults. You are able to make those decisions. It is important to know कि at the end of the day, अगर मुझे मेरा grade मिलना है वो मेरी hard work के ऊपर ही मिलना है. There are no shortcuts to hard work. If there were, I would be very candid and I would let you know, but there aren't any. And you have to put in the work to really get the grade you deserve. One thing that I would really try to teach students जो इस वक्त घर देख रहे हैं कि कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी होती हैं जो आपको अपने अंदर थोड़ी सी चेंज करनी होगी. मसलन कि you cannot expect कि अगर आपको पता है, your instructor knows कि you put in this work, you cannot demand or ask for an additional grade. You can't do that. You have to be tolerant, patient, and understanding. Okay, this was my work. This is what I did, and you have to accept that. Secondly, you have to put in the work. It's tough. It's not easy, but you have to put in the work. You have to do your assignments on time. Please show up on time. These are things that show your instructor that leave good impressions on your exam. We're human beings. हम भी इंसान हैं. We also work like you. We also operate like you. We also see जब students time पे आ रहे होते हैं, they're prepared, they are presentable in class. They're not showing up in their pajamas, बाल बिखरे हुए, all of that. When they're there and they've put in the effort to their appearance, that gives us a message. मैंने आपको com skills पढ़ाया, communication skills पढ़ाया. One of the things I teach my students is the importance of non-verbal communication.
Exactly.
How important it is, the way you appear, the way something as simple as combing your hair before class, keeping your camera on, looking at the screen, showing कि आप notes बना रहे हैं. These things leave a lasting impression on your instructor. Because remember, all we can see of you is that little tiny screen on our laptops or on our computers. We don't see the rest of you. And unfortunately, we can't वो non-verbal communication जो आपकी 80% होती है communication की, that doesn't take place when you're online. So you have to understand कि जो थोड़ा बहुत आपका what you are showing has to be wonderful, has to be perfect. Secondly, the biggest thing is plagiarism. Please don't do that. Don't involve yourself in these academic malpractices, because in the long run, there will be a time when you will get caught, and then it's not going to be pretty. And it's not for for the benefit of instructors, but really it is for the benefit of my students. जो मैं उनको बार-बार ये चीज़ कहती हूँ, avoid the temptation to cheat. I am not interested in what Wikipedia says or what the internet says. I am interested in how well you have been able to understand me during the course. And lastly, for online education, I think it's important, like you said, for students, if you really want to get the best of online education, it's really to indulge in some other de-stressing activities.
Definitely.
Start something, do something new.
Because you can definitely not sit in front of that laptop and study for hours. You can't.
You can't. And you spoke about phone addiction. It is very much real. We don't realize this, but इसके ऊपर बाकायदा therapies होते हैं. इसके ऊपर treatments होते हैं जो आपको सिखाते हैं कि अगर आप 9 से 10 घंटे फोन पे हैं, that's not normal. That's bad for you physically, your neck, your back. It's bad for you mentally. It's just not productive. Whereas if you start something new, let's say gardening is one thing. I really encourage my students, because not only is it great for the environment, it teaches you patience. उस चीज को उगते हुए टाइम लगता है. You want to see it every day. Patience भी सीखते हैं आप. Start a painting project again. Patience is there. It takes a while. And this is for girls and boys both. This is learn to cook. There's no excuse there. It's an activity. It's a skill that both genders should know, and it's going to help you in the long run. For instructors, it's tolerance. You have to understand that there are students who come from all parts of Pakistan. And we, to be honest, Aman, I speak from a privilege. I have to recognize my privilege. You also recognize your privilege. We are very privileged in Pakistan. We are representative of that top tier who have access to the best education in the country, who have access to a metropolitan. We have everything that we could possibly need. लेकिन बहुत सारे ऐसे तालिब इल्म हैं पाकिस्तान में जो लाहौर या कराची या इस्लामाबाद से नहीं है, जो मुख्तलिफ इलाकों से हैं, जो पहाड़ों की चोटियों से बेचारे आते हैं, जिनके पास वो सारे रिसोर्सेज नहीं है जो हमारे पास है। और अगर हम उनके लिए एम्पैथी नहीं दिखाएंगे, then you are literally excluding over 50 to 60% of your population, your young students, I mean. You are excluding them from the narrative. That's just not right. Instructors need to show patience. They need to show understanding. Yes, the workload for us has tripled, but if we are dedicated to this, and it's a rewarding job when you teach something to someone, you have to put in that extra effort. It's difficult, especially with instructors who have children, who have their own families. उनकी family को भी COVID हो सकता है, और बहुत issues हो सकते हैं. But you have to learn to be a little more understanding. Strictness is fine, but compassion is very important. Your students should be able to come to you and say, I'm struggling with this. I really need you to guide me. Definitely. And you should be able to guide them. That's very, very important. We need to learn, and instructors के लिए भी, mental health and therapies होनी चाहिए, which management, should plan and execute properly, so that, they're able to channel their problems and their frustrations as well. It's a two-way street. And then finally, the management. I think one thing that we could have done is we should have had separate Zoom sessions that were just for social clubs, for photography, is tarah ki skills, online cooking classes or knitting classes.
Social club, I remember something very funny. When I joined in, there was this orientation of a society. The society name was, I think, something fun. I don't remember what it was.
HLSE.
So I joined in and I was like, it's an orientation. I must be having fun. Okay, it's Zoom. Thodi si boring ho ke lage rahe. And the very first thing that the moderator said, we have a quiz for you.
Oh,
and I said, I've been dealing with them all day.
It's such a trigger word, right?
It's a trigger word. So I just left it on the spot. I just want to hear it what the quiz was.
I agree. I think our definition of fun is quite strange as well. And quiz, to be honest, is a trigger word. Even as an instructor, although आपके stresses होंगे, gosh, we have to now take a quiz. मेरे होते हैं, gosh, I have to make a quiz. So it's definitely a trigger word, and I think we should really steer clear of these words, especially when it's social clubs and whatever. But we need to have those extra events. We can have online concerts even. We can have these things where students are able to, and this is happening abroad because I have so many friends who are instructors in foreign universities, and they have those. वहाँ पे भी students are very different. एक तो students बहुत dedicated है वहाँ, because like we said earlier, they choose to go to university. यहाँ पे unfortunately choice नहीं है students के पास. So when they go, they are already dedicated. उनका dedication is never a problem for them. But they also have a variety of social clubs and society meetings and fun activities that are happening via Zoom. And they feel कि they're not being stressed. It's a whole different type of atmosphere. So management definitely needs to invest in that. And you're right. I also think that online education is here to stay. While I will say it might not stay in the traditional sense to be here, but it's universities now have, corporations now have an opportunity to continue teaching foreign students. हमारे कितने students Saudi में होते हैं, they're in the UAE, in a variety of different countries, and if they are unable to travel all the way here, we can have electives हम डाल सकते हैं. LSE doesn't have electives, we can offer them during the summer. The possibilities are endless. But the system certainly needs a lot of polish. It needs a lot of work right now, and empathy is the key word here.
Definitely.
That needs to exist on all sides. But again, I would conclude this point by really applauding students, because if you are not applauded and celebrated enough, then this should be a moment in time where you should be told that you've done a fantastic job. And I'm very proud of all my students.
Definitely. So thank you so much
Thank you.
for your time and for so much wonderful insights. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And lastly, I would just conclude it on the point that whether it's for students, it's just that the best thing you can do for your mental health is don't compare yourself with others. You can just enjoy your pace, analyze your growth, but enjoy and own your pace. You are going somewhere, we all are going through a hard time, and please empathize with your teachers. They are also going through the same time that we are. So thank you so much everyone for joining in, and thank you ma'am again for your time.
Very welcome.